Hi guys, it's Tanny the Canadian Stamper. I have for you a gnome project. This is originally being filmed for the gnome class in September 2022. So here's our kit. This is what it looks like. My pieces are cut already, just for efficiency's sake. But when we get to that part, you might want to just pause me and cut your pieces, but let's go over what's in the kit first. So this, let me show you this guy. He's got glitter on his beard. I don't know if you can see that. And this paper is from the 2022 mini catalog. And it's the, sorry, I don't know the name of the paper. I should have looked at that before, but it's the one obviously with candy canes, which is fun. So it's a regular A2 size card base here. And then these are the pieces. So this is the Sweet Sorbet. Let's get a measurement on this one for you. Sweet Sorbet piece, which is 3 by 5.5, I think. Yeah, 3 by 5.5, and that's gonna go across the back. Now this piece of designer series paper is going to be 2.5 by 5.5 to stretch across the length of the card. And this is going to go like this, or you can go like this, depending on which way. Oh, that way. Oh, the stripes are the same. Or designer series paper, you could always go the back side as well. I'm undecided at the moment. So then what I've done is I've given you pieces that you can cut out the hat and the shoes, boots maybe, that match the designer series paper. So if you wanted, let me bring the sample, if you want it all to be matchy-matchy, like this sample, then go ahead and do that. If you want to go rogue, love that too, and you could do that. This is what our gnome will look like. So play with that and see what you think. I might just do a different version, this one, since I've already got, oh my gosh, it looks like he's got pajamas on, doesn't it? Gosh, I just love these gnomes. All right, I'm getting sidetracked here. Then I've got a Sweet Sorbet circle from one of the die sets. Now, you should have a long piece, or get yourself a long piece of twine. This is from the 2022 to 2024 in colors. Gosh, I hope that's right. Pretty sure these are the new in colors. Stampin' Up comes out with new in colors every year, but they are good for 2 years. So I think we have like 50 colors in 5 different color families. And then we also have the in colors as well, and those are good for 2 years. So there's 2 sets, and every year they'll rotate out. Hopefully that makes sense. So then I've got some rhinestone pieces that are also Sweet Sorbet, and a little nose. So let's get gluing. I'll leave our sample card. Now here's my silicone mat. I think it's hilarious. It looks like he's got pajamas. So if I flip it over, I am gonna not get this stitch detail, but I'm totally fine with it. I don't think you can tell. The paper is busy enough to where you can't really tell. Okay, so there's a hat. And I'm gonna use little mini dimensionals, and I'm gonna pop up the nose, which is optional. You can for sure just glue that down flat, depending on the look you're going for. So the Sweet Sorbet color matches the candy canes that are in there. So we'll just layer on the feet. Looks like pajamas, doesn't it? Might just pull his feet out a bit. There. All right, let's get these pieces glued together. So using your glue of choice. Now, if you use tape runner, I will show you, and you have problems with getting it going, I'll show you what I mean in one sec. I learned a new trick today. So, for example, actually, let me let this dry for a second, then I'll show you the trick. Let me put this guy on here. Where's my glue? The boys are making dinner at the moment. And barbecue chicken. And what else? Greek salad. All right, so let me grab my Sweet Sorbet ink while this is drying. Hopefully you've paused me long enough to, you have all your pieces. You have all your pieces cut. So here's Sweet Sorbet. And I'm gonna use a different sentiment. I just filmed my last card too, so I'm just gonna clean this and swap out my sentiment. So I am gonna copy this and do Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I always run out. I spend months doing Christmas cards and then somehow I end up with not enough of them, which is crazy. All right, so let's line this up so we're smart about it. Okay, so for me, I follow like this little line, these lines on my desk. If you don't have lines on your desk and it matters to you, go ahead and try and line up on a straight edge because we're gonna stamp here and I want to be mindful and make sure it's not crooked. So I'm going to tap, tap gentle on my Sweet Sorbet. I've not glued this down because I'm going to show you a trick. And no pressure. I'm going to line up on an edge and stamp. So I just leave it for a sec so that I can make sure the ink transfers. Love it. Now let me show you the trick. So on the tape runner, sometimes when you go, it doesn't work. So then I kind of push it with my finger to get going, which is unfortunate. So the trick I learned, start off the mat, boom, and it kind of starts it for you, and then you're good to go. Love it. And then because of this silicone mat, see how it just pops right off? And you've got a glue booger. Get rid of that. Love it, right? I'm doing this, and then I'm doing a little flick. I mean, not too much of a flick because you don't want it to go all haywire on you. Whoops. Okay. Moments away from being done this card. Okay. And we'll bring back in our circle. And I am going to put dimensionals on this because I love popping things up. I don't know how many I'm going to use. Sure, that many. And I've got my little garbage here. So let's line that up where I think it looks right. Now I'm going to use my glue dots and I'm going to roll it. So sometimes when I'm using glue dots and it's, well, not sometimes, all the time, when it's twine or very thin thread, I roll it because the dot, of course, is too big otherwise. So there it is. And then the last step is going to be to add our little gems. So I've got my putty, my multi-tool. So I'm pressing down and I'm just pulling off and then I roll it to have it not compete with what I'm doing. I think I'm going to go a little bit different. So I push down and then I'm just rolling, and then you have to just fix this, get it puttied again, and that's it. Push down, flick up, maybe I'll do this one, and then roll off. Love it. Okay, Now you can, just because we're here, my Wink always does that, so I'm gonna add, yeah, so cute. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but if you're not familiar with what I'm doing here, this is Winkestella. So it's a glitter pen. It's called Winkestella brush. Basically adds some bling. I go through probably 2 full pens during the Christmas season. That's good. So when you first buy a Winkestella, it matters to read the instructions because there's usually a black or a white piece in the middle. So you have to take it apart. You have to take out that piece, and then this shouldn't happen. I don't know why it's not glued in there, I guess. And then there's a little word that says push, and I'm not going to push it now because it's fully juiced. But when you push this, you'll see the glitter fill this chamber, and then you'll have your glitter pen be ready to rock and roll. I highly recommend it. Okay, that's the card, folks. Super cute. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for participating. See you at the next one.